Welcome everybody. Today we're going to answer one of the most important questions in Call of Duty multiplayer. A question that often slides underneath the radar, and that is, which kill streaks are the best? We all want to get these high kill games and want to use the Killstreak rewards we earn. Kill streaks are a big part of Call of Duty multiplayer and a lot of fun to use. As I couldn't really find any useful information online, I did tons of testing myself in order to answer this question once and for all and figure out which kill streaks reign supreme. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. I will also include timestamps in the description. So without further ado, let's dive right into the action. So before we begin, we must answer the question Scorestreaks or Killstreaks. Well, the answer depends on your personal playing style as well as the game modes you play. You will need to get more kills to reach your streaks if you're using the Scorestreak system. However, you will also get points by getting assists or playing the objective. So in objective game modes, you might find it beneficial to run Scorestreaks, as these points can rack up relatively quickly. So Scorestreaks are useful for fast-paced players that rush objectives. Just by capping a few flags or clearing a hardpoint, you can decrease the amount of kills needed by a ton. Killstreaks, on the other hand, are for the player that plays the objective less, or rather sits back a bit and defends from afar, or simply put, a slower paced playing style. As you won't be getting points from sitting in a hardpoint, etc., you would have to rely on solely kills, but you will also need fewer kills in order to reach that streak. So ask yourself what kind of player you are, or what play style you prefer, as this will give you the answer to choose between Scorestreaks and Killstreaks. With that said, let's move on to the Killstreaks themselves. First, let's give you an overview of all the available Killstreaks in-game. For low-tier Killstreaks, we have the UAV, which reveals enemy locations on the map and is an old Call of Duty classic. The Mosquito drone is an explosive drone that circles an area and then dive bombs an enemy it spots and explodes. The Sand Turret is an anti-air vehicle device as it shoots rockets to take down enemy UAVs, helicopters, etc. Next is the Bomb Drone, which is a remote-controlled drone that carries C4, which you can manually detonate. Once you get 5 kills, we have the Guardian, which is a beam-shaped non-lethal area denial weapon. Enemies entering the beam pretty much have similar effects to Stun Grenade. They get reduced movement speed, blurred vision, and a removed UI. Next is the Care Package, which is also an old classic. It basically drops a package with a random killstreak inside. The Counter UAV scrambles all enemy minimaps. For 6 kills, we have the Cluster Mine, which launches a cluster of smaller mines within an immediate area that explode if an enemy comes close to them. The Precision Airstrike calls in a jet that bombs along a certain flight path, and the Cruise Missile, which is basically a remake of the old Predator missile. It is a single missile that can be steered by the player. For 7 kills, we have the SAE, which is basically the same thing as a Precision Airstrike. Then we have the Remote Turret, which is an automated turret that can also be controlled by the player. The Mortar Strike, which bombs a certain location several times. Next we have the 8 kills category, which is the Recon Juggernaut. Basically, you pick up your Juggernaut gear from a care package, which gives you significantly more health. The suit is equipped with a radar that pings nearby enemies. It contains a riot shield, a haymaker, and a smoke grenade. The Wheelson, which is a remote-controlled vehicle that can also be used as an auto-sentry, is another killstreak in this category. And then lastly we have the Overwatch Helo, which basically will watch over your position and can ping enemy locations. Next, for 10 kills, we have the VTOL Jet, which releases a pair of precision bombs before circling back and guarding a location of the player's choice. That's basically a remake of the old Harrier in MW2. Then we have the Emergency Airdrop, which will call in 3 random killstreak care packages to your location, so basically the same thing as a normal care package, you just get 3 of them. Then we have the Carpet Bomb, which is another variation of the Precision Airstrike, just a bit more powerful. For 12 kills, we have the Advanced UAV, which is an untargetable orbital UAV that reveals the enemy's direction on the minimap in real time. The Chopper Gunner also makes a comeback, which basically is a player-controlled helicopter. Next we have the Gunship, which is a variation of the old AC-130 from back in the day. And for 13 kills, we have the EMP, which is an electromagnetic pulse that disrupts enemy killstreaks and equipment. For 15 kills, we have the Juggernaut. This time it's an Assault Juggernaut that gives the player again additional health, but is equipped with a minigun this time. And last but certainly not least, we have the Swarm, which basically sends out tons of mosquito drones that cover the entire map. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get back to the initial question, which is, which killstreaks are the best? Well, to answer that, we need to answer another question first, and that is, what is your goal? If the goal of the game is simply getting the most amount of kills, well then we can scrap all of the lower tier killstreaks, such as the mosquito drone or cruise missile, as they will usually grant you only 1 kill, maybe 2 if you're lucky. Next, we can scrap all of the variations of the precision airstrikes, as they are very inconsistent and give you different results every time, as it depends on enemy spawns and the path you choose for the missiles. The care package, you can also scrap that because that is just a dice roll, which makes it a very risky choice. Next, we can scrap all of the non-lethal kill streaks such as the UAV, the counter UAV and the advanced UAV, as well as the EMP. If you're gunning for the nuke, or MGB as it's called in this game, well then the strategy changes, in which case you will only want to use these non-lethal kill streaks, as these will help you most on your way to getting that 30 gun streak. And your team will also get a benefit off of them. Let's quickly have a look at care packages. Well, the care package is a 5 kill streak or a 625 score streak. A care package gives you a random kill streak, which is a complete dice roll. In theory, you can get very lucky and get a high tier kill streak, but more often than not, you will get a low tier streak. I tested this, and out of 10 uses I got 2 counter UAVs, 1 mosquito drone, 2 precision airstrikes, 2 cruise missiles, 1 juggernaut, and 2 SAM turrets. So essentially, you get either a kill streak that is lower tier than the care package itself, or you get a bad higher one most of the time. Then there's also the emergency airdrop, which is essentially 3 care packages. This significantly increases your chances of getting a high tier kill streak, but with that said, it is also a 10 kill streak or a 1250 score streak. The emergency airdrop, while tempting, might not always justify its high 10 kill streak cost when compared to the more potent options like the VTOL, for example. So essentially, care packages often play the role of a wildcard, with higher tier rewards being a rarity. It's a roll of the dice, but if you're feeling lucky, why not give it a shot? This now leaves us with streaks that stay on the battlefield longer, such as turrets, the VTOL, the gunship, etc. In order to determine which of these kill streaks gets the most kills, I used every one of these 5 to 10 times in-game and counted the kills I got to calculate an average amount of kills for each of those. Before I reveal the results, let's look at the turret and the Wilson. Both of these are pretty bad in my opinion, as the turret is a hit marker machine and most likely will get taken out before it can get you more than 2 kills. On the other hand, it can be pretty effective on small maps like Shipment or objective game modes if you want to cover a certain lane of the map, or the B flag in Domination for example. Please note that there's a glitch where sometimes if you want to manually control the turret, the tablet that you're using basically glitches out and you cannot move anymore, or reload, or swap weapons, etc. Overall, they're much better choices than the turret. The Wilson is basically a turret on wheels. I personally don't like it because it leaves you vulnerable on the ground for the time that you're controlling it. Also, if you place it at a certain location of the map to use the autogun, it basically turns into a turret again, so it will just give you hit markers all over again. With that said, both are no good for getting high kill games. So let's look at the Juggernauts next. The Juggernauts give you a ton of health, but make you slow as heck. You lose so much mobility by using those kill streaks, and map movement is important in this game. Also, as soon as a couple people shoot you, you die as you cannot leave the suit anymore. Their power comes at a price, often leading to vulnerable situations. They can be fun to use, but they're also very inconsistent, and for the Assault Juggernaut to be a 15 kill streak, we just have much better options. Next we have the Overwatch Helo. The issue with the Overwatch Helo is that it can be shot down very quickly, and it also gets a ton of hit markers. Using this kill streak 10 times got me an average of 3.5 kills each, so all in all, not really that good. The VTOL jet, on the other hand, performed much better, got me an average of 6.4 kills after 10 uses. and the precision bombs can also be very useful if you want to clear an objective. And now for the big guns, no pun intended. The Chopper Gunner, the Gunship, and the Swarm. Let's start with the Chopper Gunner. The Chopper Gunner has two major flaws in my opinion. First off, you need to steer it yourself, which means that it can sometimes put you in an awkward position. Also, it flies at a pretty low altitude, which makes it hard to see where enemies spawn. If you however get into a good position and can cover the enemy spawn points, it can give you a pretty good amount of kills. After 10 uses, it gave me an average of 8.75 kills. Now the Gunship on the other hand is the far superior option in my opinion, as it flies at a much higher altitude and gives you pretty much a bird's eye view of the map. So it makes it easy to see enemy spawn locations. You also don't have to steer the ship itself, which lets you focus on just getting the kills. After 10 uses, it gave me an average of 12.8 kills. Lastly, we have the Swarm. It's a pretty fun kill streak, but it's very inconsistent, as it sometimes went completely bonkers and got me 11 kills or more, but sometimes it just got me a measly 3 kills. Also, you run into the danger of killing yourself if an enemy happens to cross your path and a mosquito drone explodes right next to you. So don't use it while you're on a kill streak. So after 10 games, I averaged out at 6.5 kills. So in conclusion, the kill streaks that have the potential to yield the most kills from top to bottom are the Gunship with 12.8 kills, the Chopper Gunner with 8.75 kills, and the Swarm with 6.5 kills, closely followed by the VTOL with 6.4 kills. Now why do I say potential? Well, the effectiveness also depends highly on the map you're playing. If you're playing a very open map, then these kill streaks will absolutely rack up tons of kills for you. However, if you're playing maps such as Favela for example, which has a lot of houses and small pathways for enemies to hide in, you will find that these kill streaks are not really effective, and you will be much better off going with non-lethal streaks such as the Advanced UAV or the Cluster Mine that can hold down choke points of the map. So depending on the map and the game mode you're playing, you will have to adapt your kill streak setup. If you've enjoyed this video so far, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like or subscribe, as this video took a long time to produce with all the testing involved. Thank you very much, and let's continue. So with that said, here are my recommendations for the best kill streak setups based on different goals. If you're playing the objective and winning is all you care about, and you're rushing from objective to objective, I would recommend using the UAV to gain intel on the enemy team, the Cluster Mine to hold down objectives such as the flags in domination or hardpoints, and then a variation of the precision airstrike such as the SAE, which can clear enemies off of objectives so your team can gain control of them. If you're trying to get a nuke, well then the path to glory lies in the highest non-lethal kill streaks. In this case you want to use the UAV, the Advanced UAV and the EMP. This setup will give you the most intel on enemy movements and will also disrupt the enemy, which will keep you alive as long as possible. And lastly, if you want to go for the most amount of kills possible, your setup will have to include the VTOL, the Gunship and the Swarm. In the end, regardless of your choice, the versatile UAV remains a cornerstone of all setups, offering vital intel and paving the way to higher tier kill streaks. A balanced setup, which I run in most games, is the UAV, the VTOL and the Gunship. With all of that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you learned something from this video and found the information I provided useful. Well, let me know your favorite kill streaks in the comments down below and what setups you're usually running. If you've enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you could smash the like button and subscribe to catch the next video on release. Thank you so much, and I wish you a wonderful day. See you on the battlefield.